Today we are going to start the problems based on function. First problem is if fx is defined as x square plus bx plus c and f of 2 plus x equals to f of 2 minus x for all real number x, then which of the following is true? To understand these problems, first we have to understand f of 2 plus x equals to f of 2 minus x. What is the meaning of this one? So we'll take in general, what will like instead of 2 we'll take a. F of a plus x equals to f of a minus x. So if I take a point on number line, so x equals to a. What is the meaning of a plus x? If x is positive, so a plus x is what? X distance far from a is 1 point, is that a plus x. Similarly, a minus is what? X distance far from a in 1 point will be that is a minus x. So we can say for any values of x you will take, if you go from a distance far from right hand side and left hand side, value of the function is coming as same. That means what we can say, if whatever value is coming on right side of a and left side of a, there will be mirror image of a, we can say, with respect to a. That means x equals to a will work as a mirror image for left and right side. So we can say that function is symmetric about x equals to a. Clear? So now according to these problems, this function is, we can say, symmetric about x equals to 2, and we know fx is nothing but quadratic equation, x square plus bx plus c. This graph of quadratic equation, this one, and we know quadratic equation is always symmetric about x equals to what? Minus b by 2a. So value of minus b by 2a is nothing but 2. So minus b by 2a equals to what will come? 2. So b equals to what will come? Minus of 4 times of a is what? X square coefficient is what? 1. So 1. So what is the function will come? Fx will come what? X square minus 4x plus c. Now we have to find out what are the option? F of 1, f of 2, f of 4. So f of 1, if you put 1, what do you get? 1 minus 4 plus c. What do you get? C minus 3. If you put f of 2, if you put 2, 4 minus 8 plus c. What will you get? C minus 4. And if I put 4, what will come? 16 minus 16 plus c. You will get what? C. If c belongs to R, what will the relation will come? F of 4 is greater than f of 1 is greater than f of 2 will come. So B option is correct. Next problem is, let fx is given max of sin t where t is greater than equals to 0 and less than equals to x, and gx is minimum of sin t where t is greater than equals to 0 and less than equals to x, and hx is defined as greatest integer of fx minus gx. Then we have to find the range of hx. To find out range of hx, we have to find out first fx and gx. For finding fx equals to max of sin t where t is greater than equals to 0 less than equals to x. So first you have to understand what is the meaning of max of sin t and t is greater than equals to 0 less than equals to x. We can say x is closed interval 0 to infinity. So what is the meaning of this one? If I see the sin t graph, in sin t graph, if we start from 0 to infinity, if value is increasing, that will your function graph rather. Once it can attain larger value, it will not go below value, it will remain constant. So after pi by 2, if I say at pi by 2 it will become what? 1. After the value is decreasing, so it will not decrease because fx is maximum, so it will remain constant 1. After that again, if you see at every value is what? Either value is what? Equals to 1 or less than 1, so it will remain always constant. So fx we can define as what? If I say x is greater than equals to 0 and less than pi by 2, sin x portion will be sin x. After pi by 2, if I say till infinity, if I say, this will remain constant, that is 1. Similarly gx, and gx is defined as what? Minimum of sin t where t is greater than equals to 0 and less than equals to x. So in this one what we want? Minimum. That means what? Once we attain minimum value, we will not go increase. So if I see at 0 you will get 0. After the sin t value is what? Increasing. That means what? It will not increase, it will take minimum value. So 0 and increase positive value. What is the minimum? 0. So if I say 0 to pi by 2, value is what? Sin t is what? Positive. But minimum value we attain already 0, so it will remain constant 0 only. After pi, if I see value is decreasing, that means it is going below 0. So that means what, it will again decrease. So every values of pi to 3 pi by 2 value is decreasing, so decrease value we will take. At 3 pi by 2, if I say after 3 by 2 value is what, again increasing, but we attain what, minimum value is -1, so after that it will remain -1. It will not go further. It can go what, further below it can go, but above will not go. But we know sin t is what, minimum value is what, -1. So after 3 pi by 2 it will remain -1. So gx we can define as what, if I take 0 to x till pi, it will be 0. After pi to x less than 3 pi by 2, if I say this is sin x graph only, and after 3 pi by 2 to x till infinity, it will be remain -1. So now we will define fx minus gx. How we will define? If I say 0 to greater than equals to x and less than pi by 2, fx is what, sin x, and gx is what, 0. So what will come, sin x only. And after pi by 2 to x, pi. So pi by 2 to infinity, fx is what, 1, and gx is what, 0. So 1 minus 0, 1 only. Pi to x, 3 pi by 2 if I take, fx is 1 only, and gx is what, sin x. So what will come, 1 minus sin x. And after 3 pi by 2 to x till infinity if I take, fx is 1, gx is what, -1. So minus of -1, that is equals to 2. Now we have to find out greatest integer of fx minus gx. To find out greatest integer of fx minus gx, first we'll take interval 0 to x pi by 2. Now we can say sin x from 0 to pi by 2 lie between what, 0 to 1. So greatest integer of 0 to 1 is what, 0. If I take x is what, greater than equals to pi by 2 and less than pi, so value of fx minus gx is what, 1. So greatest integer of 1 is what, 1 will come. If I take x is what, greater than or equals to pi and less than 3 pi by 2, what is the function, 1 minus sin x. So 1 minus sin x range, if I take sin x between pi to 3 pi by 2 is what, 3 pi by 2 are not included, so this will be what, greater than -1 and less than or equals to 0. If I multiply the what, minus, what will get, this will come 0 greater than equals to minus sin x, less than 1 will come. Now if I add 1, so 1 to 1 minus sin x less than 2 will come. That means what, between pi to 3 pi by 2, 1 minus sin x lie between 1 to 2. So greatest integer of 1 to 2 is what, 1 will come. Now after 3 pi by 2, if I take x is greater than or equals to 3 pi by 2 to infinity, what is the value, 2. So greatest integer of 2 is what, 2. So range of fx hx is nothing but what, range of fx minus gx, that is nothing but what, 0, 1, 2. So this is the range. This is the answer.